Good afternoon, Clemson fans. This is your boy Clemson Clint coming at you on a Tuesday afternoon, a beautiful Tuesday afternoon here in North Alabama. It's probably in the 50s today. Sunny. Yesterday was a lot cooler than that. It was probably the high never reached out of the 40s yesterday, and it was drizzling rain and bad conditions. But anyway, haven't talked to you guys in a while. The Tigers drop another game this past Saturday to North Carolina State, making our record 4-4. The story's just like a broken record. Once again, it's turnovers. Turnovers what led to the loss at Raleigh. So Dave Doran and the Wolfpack pick up the win over the Tigers, and we fall to 4-4 with 3 games left on the schedule. 4 games. South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia Tech, and Notre Dame this coming weekend. Seemingly, the wheels have come off the Roy bus. But last night, the Tiger calls, a young gentleman named Tyler decided to call in and proceeded to get Dabo tore up, which I know all of you probably already know this story. But man, what was that kid thinking? Listen, I get frustrated all the time. I get frustrated with him and get aggravated and get upset because we're not 8-0 right now. But you know what? Sometimes it's going to happen. I've been a Tiger fan for a long time, 40 years probably. 48 years old. Probably good 40 years of it, I've been a Clemson fan. Didn't have the opportunity to go to Clemson. That's, another story, whatever. But what are you thinking, Tyler? I mean, you can't call in and attack a coach the way you did. And a lot of people would probably say he didn't attack him. I think he kind of did. He went after his faith. He went after his character, his what's the word I'm looking for? His integrity, basically. And you just don't do that to a man. You just don't do that and not expect a retaliation. And Dabo was well within his rights to fire back at Tyler, and he did. On his press conference today, he said Tyler went Old Testament, and he went Old Testament right back on him. So I admire Dabo for that. All right, let's just erase right now the 4-4 record and talk about Dabo. I think a lot of people, including myself, have gotten caught up in the hype of this season or whatever and everything that's gone wrong and have started laying blame here, and here. But let's not lose sight of what Dabo has meant to this program, what Dabo has meant to Clemson. I have had the opportunity to go to a few Clemson games in the last several years. Don't get to go to as many as I'd like, but man, you can see visibly what Dabo has meant to Clemson University. You can see the culture. You can see what's been built. You can see, obviously, the 2 national championships that Clemson has been able to win. And of course, Dabo touched on all that, but we don't need to lose sight as fans as to what Dabo has accomplished. And in my mind, he's built up equity due to that because of what he's been able to accomplish. So we need not forget that. Now, going forward, if we continue to have miserable year after miserable year after miserable year, yeah, there's probably going to come a time where a decision needs to be made, but we're not at that point now. Dabo, I truly believe, getting a head cold, I truly believe in this offseason, Dabo is going to right the ship, or at least attempt to right the ship. What is he going to do? I don't know. I look for wholesale changes. I look for staff changes. I look for use of the transfer portal. I look for really whatever means that he has to do whatever he needs to do. I believe that's what Dabo is going to do. We saw it in 2010 I believe we'll see it going forward. Dabo is too much of a competitor. He doesn't like to lose. Nobody at the end of the day likes to lose. But I think Dabo puts a lot of time and effort into what he does. And I think we need to trust him. I think we need to give him his equity right now that he's built and he's earned. And we need to just trust. All right, moving forward, Notre Dame coming up this week. Last year, this is a game we'd all like to forget. We went to Notre Dame and they just ran it down our throats and beat the mess out of us up there in Indiana or wherever Notre Dame is. But anyway, it was bad. South Bend, yeah, sorry. And anyway, it was bad. Early on, Notre Dame this week I haven't checked today, but they were only 3.5 point favorites over the Tigers in Death Valley. That's interesting to me. I think to myself, if we can win the turnover battle in that game, we might have a chance of pulling an upset, especially this week with everybody fired up about Tyler and Dabo being fired up. This might just be the fuel that the Tigers need. We'll see. Of course, if we lose the turnover battle and throw 2 interceptions and lose 2 fumbles and all that good stuff, no, we're not going to beat Notre Dame. They're going to lay the hammer down on us. But I got a good feeling. And I don't usually have good feelings, but I've got a good feeling the Tigers might pull a big upset this week. And that might just be the fuel that it would take to salvage the season. Are we going to have a great season? I mean, as compared to what we've done in the past years, absolutely not. But I could see, if we beat Notre Dame, I could see us beating Georgia Tech. North Carolina's a toss-up. Georgia Tech's no gimme. I mean, they pulled a big upset over North Carolina this weekend, so that'd be no gimme. And then South Carolina, Columbia, go either way. But there's a lot of ifs that goes into that, so we'll just have to see. But anyway, Tiger fans, let's just stay the course with Dabo. Dabo's earned the equity, and I think we owe it to him as Tiger fans to give him his equity. That's just my opinion. That's just my take. If you disagree, put it in the comments. If you like what you see, hit the like button. If you don't, hit the dislike. I would appreciate you hitting the subscribe button if you like the channel. If you don't, just move on. But it's great to be a Tiger. Been a Tiger fan for, like I said, 40 years, and none of that's going to change. It doesn't matter if we don't win a game the rest of the season. Am I going to be happy about it? Absolutely not. But still going to be a Tiger fan, and nothing's going to change yet. So anyway, hope you all have a great day, and we will see you next time. Clemson Clint.